Well, hey y'all, come on in. We're about to get started here on the shed life. So, cooler's over there. Grab yourself a beer, pull up a seat, but stay 6 feet. Now, if people's been asking me, where you been? We hadn't seen you. Well, I did go on vacation down to the Redneck Riviera. And people kept asking, well, what kind of time did you have down there? Well, like Scorpion sang, Mother Nature rocked us like a hurricane. Yep, never knew I wanted to survive a hurricane being checked off my bucket list, but now it's checked. But don't you worry none. We laid in supplies. I had a whole fridge full of beer. We had a little bit of food, and every day, like Otis Redding, I sat out on the balcony and I watched the wind and the waves roll in. I sure did. Now, I never seen such wind and waves in my entire life. And everybody kept saying, well, I'm sorry that your vacation was ruined. Well, it wasn't ruined. I mean, hell, a bad day on the beach is better than a good day at work any day. I guarantee that. So, today, I have been doing a reverse Johnny Appleseed. I did not plant any apple trees, but I did cut one down, and I have a pile of apple wood. Got some that's pretty seasoned, so I'm thinking I'm going to do some grilling. And what am I going to grill today? Well, after 8 days of eating all the seafood that I could eat, I think I want something different. I want something to sink my teeth into. We are going to do the other white meat, pork chops. Hang on. Now I know you're sitting on the edge of your seat because you're thinking to yourself, I know he is just not going to do plain pork chops. Well, that's right. There's always a twisted sister to it. So today we are going to do 2-inch center cut pork chops, bone in. Now I've been looking for these things for a while. I wanted to look like a tomahawk steak, but apparently can't get one that big a bone. But I'm going to tell you how we set all that stuff up here in a little bit. So right now, I got the coals going. They're running up, trying to get a little warm. Hang on. Here comes over the old Smoky. We're going to open them up. Aww. And the angels sing. So right there is what I've been doing this morning. That is the equivalent of one apple tree. Alright, now you seen all that wood that we cut up and split up. So I took a little bit of it right over here, and I put it in old Smoky. Got her laid down good. I'm going to put them hot coals over top of it, and we're going to get some smoke rolling and some meat cooking. I guarantee that. Well, alright, y'all, we're in the kitchen now. There's the queen of my shed, the love of my life, the star of this show, because she is making up all the sides. Now these are, tell me what this is again, baby.
Bacon sauteed Brussels sprouts.
Bacon sauteed Brussels sprouts. Now I want to tell you one thing. If you want your kids to eat Brussels sprouts, put bacon on it, because that will make them go at it. Now over here is the pork chops has been marinating. And if she's got time, I'm going to ask her to tell me what's in that marinade, because, again, she does all the work. I just handle the meat. So, darling, what's in that?
It's a char siu pork chop, char siu barbecue, which is Chinese barbecue pork chop. And we did a marinade of soy sauce, rice wine vinegar. It's got garlic, lots of garlic and ginger. Some onion, actually I use shallot, and hoisin sauce. You mix it all together. I had a little bit of sesame oil, but not a lot because it can be overpowering. And we mixed it all together and put the pork chops in it and marinated them overnight. You'll also use the part that I left some aside and you can use for a glaze at the end of the cooking.
What did I tell y'all?
It also has red food coloring in it, which may seem odd, but that's what they do. Usually they use beet juice or red food coloring. So.
What did I tell y'all? I am not the star of this show. She is. She does it all. All I do is just flip the meat and get it going. So I'm going to let her get her do her thing because I'm right in her way, and she'll let me know about that in a minute, I'm pretty sure, because I'm always underfoot because I just love being beside her. But here we go. I'm going back out, and we're going to see how them coals are doing. Well, all right, y'all. We got them hot coals over top of that apple wood, and it's going to start steaming up. Oh, and I done gave it away. You done guessed it. I'm going to do direct and indirect heat on these pork chops. And that's because those pork chops are so thick that we're going to have to cook them for a while, but I don't want them to get overdone. So hopefully I can get up the heat on one side and keep the cool side to about, between 240 and 280 degrees. And then pork chops going to cook for about an hour. Flip them, and then we're going to sear them. So right now, I'm going to open up the draft here to get just a little more air in there to get them things good and hot. Now I left that one side open so I can throw a little more applewood on it as we go, because again, I want a lot of applewood smoke on these pork chops. Nothing goes better than on a pork chop than an apple. Well, all right, guys, we got that temperature coming up. The smoke is rolling. Have a look, see there. Again, there's more smoke rolling out of there than you'll see in a Grateful Dead concert. So let's look. I got the fire going. I got the meat setting out, coming up to shed temperature. I have managed my time well. So now I have time to manage to drink a beer. There we are. Now I know y'all are thinking, man, I hate that your vacation was ruined. Well, it wasn't. Again, told you a bad day at the beach is better than a good day at work. But after we got through with the Redneck Riviera, we slid on over to Orlando, and I got to go to Universal Studios and see Harry Potter World. And let me tell you, if you've never been there, you need to go. So you want to know, how did Universal do with the pandemic? Well, I want to tell you, them suckers ought to be in charge of the whole nation. Got in there, mask, everybody had one on. If you didn't have one on, the mask police come and told you to put it on, and if you raised any hell, they threw you out of the park. Everything was socially distanced at 6 foot. Got hand sanitizer on before you got on every ride, whether you wanted it or not. That woman would stand there and squirt that stuff on you. Restaurants, I'm here to tell you, couldn't even go into a restaurant. You had to download an app. Well, let's just be honest, the queen of my shed downloaded an app, because hell, I'd still be in there trying to order me some food. But you got a table, they called you to it, you ordered your food from your phone, paid with your phone or with your ticket. I'm telling you, them people have it down pat. And not only that, they got Harry Potter World. I got to ride the Hagrid ride. Now that thing was fun. I walked around, checked everything out, because I am a little bit of a Harry Potter fan. I'm not a Rhodes Scholar of Harry Potter, but I do know a little. Went into Andelotter's wand shop. That wasn't right, but whoever. Got to looking at the wands, and come to find out, I am a match for the Elder Wand. Now, at first I started getting a little offensive by that. I said, you mean because I'm old? But then I realized, hey, that's the powerful wand. But I didn't get it because it was $75, and just to be honest, I don't need a wand. I already got one. Well, alright, that smoke is about to thin out just a little bit. Remember when I talked about it before, you don't want a heavy white smoke because that will give a little acidity to your meat, and we don't want that. So I had somebody ask me, I get to see a little bit of your shed every now and then, but I don't know what it is. So right here, guys, is the bar, and that is the center point of my shed. Of course, in the back there is the cabinet, looks like an outhouse, and over here is our food bar. Now all that and everything in this shed has been built with reclaimed barn wood that we have tore down and done. Now, those aren't real tractor seats. I really wanted some, but man, them things expensive. I picked them things up at Rural King. they all right. Now this old table here, I picked up out of a smokehouse that had been built in the 1920s, and we got to tear it down, and they gave that table to me, and it's kind of neat. There's the trick dog. She's just waiting for her next trick or her next treat. Who knows? It is now getting to be Halloween. Well, alright, I got that temperature up to 500 degrees. I want you to look at these pork chops here and tell me that they don't look great. Their smoke's cleared out. It's a nice little white. Gonna close that billow down, open her up, and I'm getting ready to put these pork chops right on the grill. Here we go. So looking for the bone side, which would be right there where the bone comes out. We're gonna put bone side first, right up there, just like that. Bone side, find the bone. There it is. And we're gonna go right here. Now, again, you see over the fire over here is nice and hot. I'm gonna close that down. It won't flame up like that. Get that temperature back up. I'm gonna leave the draft open to get some draft through, so to keep the heat up on this side, and on this side we're gonna have us some indirect heat. It's about 280 degrees when I opened it up to begin with. Let's see how this goes. Well, all right, we flipped them bad boys over. Check that out. It looks good. And we put this glaze on it that she had put back to the side. So we heated up some honey, and we put mixed that in with that that marinade, so it'll be good and sticky, because Korean barbecue is supposed to be there. Now we're gonna flip these over in about 5 minutes and see what we got. We're gonna check the temperature. We want the temperature between 150 and 160 degrees, and let's see how it happens. Well, all right, now we flipped those pork chops and put the glaze on them. Now I moved this one up to the top because its temperature was about 140, and this temperature of this meat was about 130. So that one up there is cooking a little bit higher. So we don't want to get them overdone, because nobody wants a dry pork chop, I guarantee that. But we turned this one around off the bone side so we could get some char on that fat, because I'm telling you, that's where the taste is. Well, all right, now them pork chops are just about done. Look at that char on there. Now if you notice, I put this other grate on the grill here so it'll get good and hot, because I want some char marks on that grill on these pork chops. So we're gonna get that good and nice and hot, and when we flip these suckers the next time, we're gonna put it over and get a sear on it that's gonna be fantastic. All right, now we are checking the temperature of these pork chops, and it's supposed to be about 150, and we are creeping up there. They're almost done. That one's perfect. Let's see, that was 148, and this one is coming up, and we are at keep going, 145. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to glaze them one more time, and then I'm going to turn them over to get some char marks on them, about 30 seconds on each side. I can't film this because it's got to be quick. Well, all right, I want you to look at that pork chop on the inside. It is nice and white. It is so juicy. It is running out. The Brussels sprouts are amazing. Well, and Budweiser is Budweiser. I mean, good God. So, all right, I will be back, and we will wrap this up in just a bit. I've got to eat. Well, there you have it, guys. The Chinese sticky pork chop. That thing turned out amazing. Now, the recipe called for it to be at 150, but next time I do that, I'm going to slow her down to about 140, because I like mine just a little bit more pink than that white. But it was still amazing. The Queen of My Shed done a wonderful job with that bacon braised Brussels sprouts. I'm telling you, it was good, extra fine. Well, that's going to conclude our episode of The Shed Life. So I want you guys to take some of the stuff I've been showing you and put it to use. Until we meet again, Y'all be kind to one another. Social distance. Rock out your best life. Later, Gator.